Hello and welcome to Game 2 of the Jets of Time Tournament semifinal round 2. We are in the finals of the losers bracket here between Korenth and Raster Cecil. Again, it's Game 2. Korenth is up by 1. Series is 1-0. I'm joined here today by Moon Blizzard and Silver Neo. Hello, fellas.
Hello and welcome, everyone.
Hello and welcome to everybody.
We are going to get started pretty soon here, so...
Okay, so let's go. Race is starting.
I'll let maybe today I'll let Moon introduce us a little bit to the randomizer, what we should be expecting.
All right. So let's go. We are going to watch a match against Korenth and Raster Cecil. This is Jets of Time randomizer. It's an open world randomizer for Chrono Trigger. So at the very beginning, we are going to start with 2 random characters at the Millennial Fair. And then we have access we have access to the Epoch. And 600 AD and 1000 AD eras unlocked. We're going to search for key items. There are a few open checks that we can do right early on. So those key items we are looking in order to reach other areas of the game and to open a path to either Zeal or Lavos. So we'll be looking for those go modes, and we'll talk about them later on throughout the run. We are going to talk about them better. And yeah, they are going to search for a total of 15 possible checks they have in this open world randomizer. And for some go modes, it's like 2 or 3 items we need to have. We'll talk about them throughout the run. So let's see, we have a Marlon Mega start.
Yeah, Marlon Mega Star, that's okay. Marl's a little bit weak in some ways at the beginning, but tech is randomized in this, so they may get lucky enough and they might get like Ice 2 or something off the bat. That would be very good.
Yeah, so the Jets of Time, we have character pickups are all randomized, loot from treasure chests randomized, enemy drops are also randomized. The tech order, as Brocky said, they are randomized, and key item locations, they are all randomized, so we're going to see a lot of random things happening today. So that's the fun of it. Yeah, so let's see. The start of the run, they will go and search for items, trying to buy some shelters, revives, heals, meat tonics.
That's right. We see Korenth has taken that early desert, which is I think a very solid strategy where you basically come here, you only need to get into one encounter, you can run away, and then you can pick, if you're skillful enough, you can actually get just about every chest in this place, but Korenth is probably going to go for like the 5 easy ones down below. That's going to give him a leg up, depending on what he finds here, so we'll see. Got a mid-tonic, a dream gun, load helm is good. Wallet, not so good. Terra Arm, amazing. That's Robo's best weapon.
Yeah, if Korenth finds Robo, so when runners visit Cathedral, after clearing the Nagaret fight, we will unlock a new character. So this is exactly what Raster Cecil is doing right now. He will clear this Nagaret fight. I think he decided for a very early Cathedral check because Megas can one-shot most of the Nagaret fight with his attacks. So that's a strategy right here. And usually we go and loot for some tabs here and there. We are going to check key items, as Korenth will be doing right now, visiting Snail's Top. So this is the very first key item check that we can have. And yeah, it's a pendant.
Wow, pendant. He's going to buy it right away. It does cost 9,900 gold. Gold is a little hard to come by early on. So he's going to have to find a way around that because he's still going to need those shelters, those ethers, those revives, those basic consumables that are going to keep him alive through the run. But he definitely... We saw this in the last race. Raster Cecil saved his 2 first free checks. Well, we call them free. They're practically free. He saved them for a little bit after the Cathedral, so Korenth knows he has the pendant before Cecil does. That's probably an advantage.
And this is the second key item check. After you talk to the carpenter, you can talk to his wife, and his wife will give you another key item. So this is the free check that we have in the game. You just have to talk to his wife. Oh, and it's a ruby
A
knife.
ruby knife. Oh my goodness. So you don't always see such great key items that early. But
Yeah, this is a very strong start.
it's a strong start. We have now with the pendant, it will unlock access to the future as long as you go through the castle, do the dragon tank fight, and all that. That will unlock another 3 checks and another character. And it also gives you access to Death Peak, which can be used in one of our Go modes.
And also, as we have the early pendant flag on when we finish the prison sequence, when we reach the future, we have the pendant unlocking all the sealed chests and sealed doors, so that's also amazing. You can go and grab and loot sealed chests and sealed doors. They are really, they have very good loot, so pendant early on, it's very powerful.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's not only the sealed, well, in the future you have those sealed doors that have chests behind them, which are all like mid to high tier. And then if you go back to 601,000, you're going to find these sealed chests like scattered all over the place. I think there's at least 12 that you can pick up.
Yeah, at least 12.
At least 12. And then you also have the one in Magic Cave, the one in Heckran Cave.
And the Blue Pyramid one, which we usually avoid, but it's already there.
Yeah, the Blue Pyramid gives you a choice, of course, between the 2 chests. That's always fun. But it's not always, like, that's an option, like we said. It is a flag option. When you roll your seed, you will have the option to charge that pendant up early. Otherwise, you have to kind of do it the traditional way, which is to take it to the Mammon machine and charge it up that way.
Yeah, so we see Korenth just starting Cathedral right now. He is like a few minutes behind in terms of Cathedral routing inside Cathedral, but he already did a lot of checks. He got a few tabs here and there. He bought the pendant, so Cecil still has to do a lot of those things. And Cecil actually decided to skip Cathedral. Wow, let's see how this is going to pay out. This is a huge gamble. Skipping Cathedral means that we are not going to check for the 4th character that's available when you finish Cathedral. And if this character is Robo, then Cecil will not have an extra check available, which was actually what happened in Thursday, wasn't it?
Well, that is exactly what happened, actually. And it actually happened to me the other night when I was playing my own seed. I decided to skip Cathedral, and guess what happened? I had to go back there later on. So,
I think you mentioned like it's being a Cathedral required seed or something like that.
Yeah, Cathedral required. Yeah, and that was too because in my seed that I played, I actually started with Marlon Robo, and like we mentioned, like those 2 characters will unlock progression for you if you need them. I actually needed Frog in that seed, and he was my last check. Yeah, I needed him to go to Magus Castle.
Yeah, so let's talk some more about why it's a gamble to skip Cathedral, because I mean we do have access to Marla here, so she unlocks a new quest, the Rainbow Shell quest, and I mean, but Robo is not here. And we don't see like Ayla, and neither Ayla or Luca. They are really strong and powerful characters that they have access. They give you access to a lot of very powerful spells, very powerful AoE magic, single target damage. And by not having Ayla, Luca around, means that the seed might go lower.
Might go a little slower. Yeah, I would say so. It could be okay. Now with Chrono, he kind of starts weak with his wood sword, but if you manage to upgrade his sword, and especially if you get a really good sword for him, he becomes one of the most powerful characters you can use. But it's pretty gear dependent for him, especially in the weapon department.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't, I mean, I think we can consider like Shiva, Edge, and Rainbows are the best swords that you can use. Also, Swallow for the bonus 3 speed is also really good. Makes him really fast, so you can even use Luminaire. for the end game bosses. So it's also a strategy. I mean, for lavas at least, not CO2 of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I was gonna say with Marl, she's good. I mean, she can go with pretty much anyone as long as you're sort of using her to cast haste a lot, which, you know, we're probably going to see that in this seed. Haste is very powerful and can really speed up your... Yeah, really speed up your seeds.
You speed up your seeds, speed up your fights. I mean, I just played a seed where I was actually using a triple tech to finish lavas, and I mean, with everyone hasted, you can just spam that and he will do like nothing if the center bit is down.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
It's kind of free.
So as long as you have haste, Marl can pretty much function in any team. Aside from that, though, you're gonna want to sort of pair her up with someone for dual techs, because like she only does Ice 2 and she only has her bow, and between those two things alone, she's just not going to be outputting damage like you would want her to. So, you know, having her with Chrono is pretty good. They will learn Ice Sword 2 together, which is a combination of Ice 2 and Confuse. But of course, she won't pair with Magus at all. They won't learn any dual techs together. So it's possible that finding a fourth character here, it looks like Korenth is going to complete the Cathedral, get that fourth character, and depending on who it is, it's just going to give him maybe a different team composition. It could help with his damage output.
Yeah, so far, the play of going to Hakron Cave very early on is kind of paying out for Raster Cecil because he just learned Haste, and Chrono knows Luminaire, so that's going to give him a lot of tech points in this dungeon, so possibly Magus will be learning his first 2 or even 3 first techs, so maybe we'll be seeing some Dark Matter.
Yeah, as long as Cecil picked up Ethers, it looks like he did. He only has 22, but that's okay. So you will find this if you play these seeds that, you know, oftentimes you'll learn a great tech early, like Luminaire or Flare or Shock or something like that. Of course, they cost 20 MP, so generally you can only cast them once before you have to heal your MP again. Makes it a little slow, but it works out as long as you just remember to stock up on those Ethers.
Yeah, Hakron Cave, I mean, if you do have any kind of AoE magic that you can use, at least if you get enough power or damage to... I mean, enough magical power damage to kill the very first bottle, so you can clear the other enemies on the second encounter with physical attacks, you can get 25 tech points. So it's usually what is required to learn another AoE that you can spam throughout Hakron Cave. So it's a kind of a safe play if you have an AoE like Luminaire, and it gives a lot of tech points. So I think it's going to pay out, at least for Magus learning a lot of techs. Meanwhile, Korenth is finishing Cathedral. Yeah, the question is here, who is behind Cathedral? So if it is maybe Robo, if it's Robo, then Korenth will be able to use the Terra Arm that he got by looting Desert very early on, and he will unlock Red Knight and the Sunken Desert check, and also with Ice available, it's another check that he could quickly do with Terra Arm. If it's Luca, then it's a huge powerhouse to use in the team. If it's Frog, well, maybe he has a heal, AoE heal that's going to help.
That's what I would definitely be looking for on Frog. Like, having an AoE heal is so powerful in this game. It will keep you alive. I think survivability is always what you want to prioritize first. And having an AoE heal is all part of that equation.
Yeah. So we see Raster Cecil already learned Ice 2. Was that from Magus or Mal? I couldn't check. But he just learned Ice 2, so that's amazing for Red Knight.
Yeah, he'll be able to use Ice 2 in the desert. So every enemy in the desert, in those normal encounters, is actually weak to Ice. So you can usually one-shot those whole fights and do some grinding in there. So we'll see if he does that.
We see, I was just going to say, we see a question chat about Jets of Time. So again, Jets of Time is an open world randomizer. We have randomized loot, tech order, key item locations. We don't have random bosses for now, but at least in this version that we are playing. Enemy drops are randomized, tech points, treasure chests, and key items. We have 15 total checks, and we have a few go modes that we are going to talk throughout the run.
That's right. And for now, those key item checks are all behind bosses for the most part, except for a couple of fetches. But also in this other version we're talking about that will be coming out probably sometime this year, it will mix those key items into many of the chests you find throughout the world. So instead of having 15 boss checks for those key items, you're going to have 180 plus chest checks in order to collect those key items. And on top of that, of course, it will offer boss randomization and a few other fun things. So look forward to it.
We are all looking forward for the next version of Jets of Time. It's going to be a lot of new additions, very fun to play. We're very excited to play that.
Yeah, it's hard not to talk about, even though we really are, we're interested in focusing on this tournament and this version. But it is very exciting, so it's hard for us to keep a lid on it completely.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see Raster Cecil, he did use a lot of Magic Wall. So Magic Wall is a tag from Magus that actually reduces the magical damage that you get by 1/3. So it kind of makes this battle safer because Hakon is able to use a lot of water-based attacks, single target, and AoE. If he gets into his defensive stance and you attack, he will counter-attack with an AoE water-based attack that we should always avoid. And Korenth just reset on a key item, which was not what he wanted.
So he was checking the Xenon Bridge quest there. So, of course, you have to go and visit the chef and get the jerky to deliver to the soldiers on the bridge. We have a place to pause the game, essentially, in that cutscene. In the vanilla version, it's not the same here. So as soon as you talk to the chef, he will give you that key item, and you will go straight to the bridge. So one thing we like to do, we check what item that is, and if we don't like it, then we just do a reset. It looks like it was ribbon, Robo's ribbon in this case.
Robo's ribbon, all right.
Robo's ribbon it's a good item. You can equip it on Robo. It will give him a magic wall and sunshades at the same time, so it buffs him up quite a bit. Of course, we don't have Robo, so that's not useful. It also gives us no progression whatsoever throughout the rest of the game. So that's frankly, it's a good item to reset on for Korenth. I think that was the right call.
Yeah, indeed. Because if he decided to finish that quest, it would take about 3 to 4 or maybe 5 minutes, depending on how fast he killed the boss.
Meanwhile, Cecil's already finished Hekran, so it's good that Korenth is in Hekran now. Oh, and we have the Dreamstone.
Wow.
So, Seed has been
I think we can talk about go modes now. And with the Dreamstone and the Ruby Knife, this situation is just one item away from a Ocean Palace, Tyranno Lair, Ocean Palace, and Lava's go mode route. So the only item that they require, Cecil requires now is like having the gate key. So the gate key unlocks prehistory, which will enable him to use the Dreamstone to open up Tyranno Lair. And by finishing Tyranno Lair and using the Ruby Knife at Zeal, so he will be able to open up Ocean Palace, and that will lead him to Lavos.
Yep.
Is this going to be a very fast seed like that?
You never know. Sometimes you will get a lot of key items like this in the beginning, making you think it's going to be a fast seed, and then things just sort of peter out. But we'll see. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have a lot of key item locations yet to check, and I mean the gate key could be at some very hard to reach checks such as Mount Woe, Genodome, and Moonstone.
And it looks like Cecil is coming. Cecil's coming to Frog's Burrow here just to check what character is there. I'm assuming he's just going to put that in his brain and use it to calculate the logic of this seed as he moves forward. So now that he knows Robo is locked behind that frog quest where you do need to reforge the mass immune in order to unlock that character. He knows he's going to have to do all those steps in order to get Robo, who you can use to unlock the desert quest. So I'm thinking, yeah, you see him selling that Doomfinger now. He's not even thinking about Robo in any way.
Which is very unfortunate because we know a Terra arm was available from Desert, so that was not, I mean, did not give any kind of advantage for Korenth, at least for now.
No, it doesn't.
We can't sell that because it's a very high end item, so we can't sell it.
That's right. There's kind of a funny mechanic built into the vendor system where, say, if you have one of the most elite god tier items, like a prism dress or a rainbow or a wonder shot, or Terra arm, you actually won't be able to sell them at a vendor for gold. So it's just a way of balancing out gold, really. They don't want you to have too much of it.
Yeah, so Raster Cecil now decided to go through the prison quest, and he can do that because he has access to the pendant, and this will enable him to go to the future and reach the future. And by unlocking the future, as Procky said earlier, we have access to 3 more checks, a new character, and a lot of looting due to the fact that we have the early pendant flag on. So he will be able to loot the sealed doors and the sealed chest.
Exactly. So what we'll probably see when he gets to the future is he may check Protodome first to find that extra character. Although he may not be super concerned with that. I'm not sure. He might be thinking he wants Luca or Ayla, though. However, he doesn't know Ayla's at Cathedral.
Yeah, so it is possible for the character at Protodome to be Frog or Luca. This is going to be interesting.
That's right. It could be Frog or Luca. And either of them could be helpful, maybe. I mean, Frog does, of course, have that AoE heal. However, if he keeps Chrono and Marl in his party, they do have Aura Whirl, which is a dual tech, which will cast Aura on your whole party, which heals for quite a bit.
Yeah, so by having a Robo locked and Frog, we don't know where he is. The healing options are kind of limited. We have Mal. She has very good single target heal. But for AoE heal, yeah, as Procky mentioned, only Aura Whirl would be available. I don't know if Mal has Aura yet, so...
SSJ is asking in chat about the randomization of the characters. So yeah, so when you start a seed, you will start with 2 random characters out of the 7 that you have access to. And you'll soon find a 3rd and a 4th. Like in the Cathedral, where you normally find Frog, and then in the Castle, where you normally get Marl back in that quest, and then the rest of them are kind of, you'll know where they are from playing the original game. So one is where you would get Ayla at Dactyl Nest, and then the other is, we saw where Frog would be in his burrow, and then Protodome is where you normally find Robo. So at all of those locations, we'll have a random character for you to find.
Yeah, and the question about if you can leave everything else the same and just 2 characters, no, because the logic is a lot changed for the randomizer to make it an open world randomizer. So we have the logic had to be changed in order to account for that.
It looks like Cecil's doing a little bit of grinding here in the prison tower,
Grinding,
which is unusual.
The prison, yes, unusual.
It's unusual, but... Huh.
How many tech points and experience points now?
I wonder if he's going to save
wanted
Fritz.
to grab that, save Fritz and grab the extra chest.
So if you save Fritz, it will unlock, it'll unlock a shop, his shop in 1000 Intruse Village. He'll give you, does he give you 5 or 10 mid-ethers?
10 mid-ethers.
10, yeah. So that's a really big bump for your team. Having those 10 mid-ethers can make all the difference end game.
Yeah, I usually like to gamble on not wrestling Fritz because it kind of saves you time, and usually we do have access to hyper ethers and full ethers and some other consumables that will help you replenish MP. So I usually don't miss those meat eaters, but you're kind of having to rely on RNG to get some very good consumables.
That's right. I also don't work that into my runs. I don't save Fritz, although it's not necessarily for speed running tactics. It's more of a moral and ethic issue. You know, I'm not going to interfere in the justice system here. I'm not an anarchist.
Yeah, so Korenth decided also to start the prison sequence, and I guess we are seeing almost the same checks for both runners for now. So we don't see a lot of routing diversions, only different moments that they do the checks. So
That's right.
You're kind of seeing the same checks now.
Yeah, they're basically following the same path. Neither of them have gone to Denadora Mountain. We talk about that a lot because if you go there a little earlier on, it just takes longer. But you could also get some good levels there too. So, but both of our runners have decided not to even check Denadoro at all. Instead, they're going to rush to the future, which probably is the right call. You could say Cecil has an edge here, except Korenth has Ayla. So
Yes.
It's still a very close race.
It is. It's I mean, it's very open.
Yeah, once they get to the future, they're going to have access to, like we said, 3 checks. So one of them's at Aristome, the other is Son of Sun, and the other is Genodome. We're going to see, what order they go at those in, and it can depend on a few things, like what kind of gear you have to protect yourself, especially against Son of Sun, who can do a lot of fire damage to you.
Yeah, so the character unlock at Mega's fight in 12,000 BC, it's not there because we kind of have 2 characters unlocked based on Frog's 2 vanilla positions. So Frog at Cathedral and Frog at Fogborough. So that's 2 extra characters, and vanilla it's just 1. So we don't have the Mega's spot as a random character. Yeah, so let's see if Ayla's presence here in Korenth's side is going to make a huge difference. I don't think she has something like triple kick yet. And yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It doesn't look like Chrono. I'm not sure if they found a sword for him yet, and that can happen.
Yeah, based on the color of the sword, I guess it's.
I think it's still a wood sword. Although
Yeah,
he does have that Luminaire. He does have that Luminaire, though, so.
There was a
that
red
helped a lot.
katana available at a merchant, but both of them didn't take it.
Gotcha. Yeah, red
We have to
katana's not a big upgrade. Either way.
Yeah, it's not. We have to consider the fact that lightning will do 0 damage to the head. So the dragon tank fights, the head is strong against fire and lightning. So fire and lightning will do 0 damage to the head. The head will always heal for 100 damage, for 100 health. The wheels, they deal physical damage, AoE, and the body will counterattack all attacks if the wheels are defeated. So it's better to avoid having the body alive after you kill the wheels, because that's a laser attack. It kind of consumes about 3-4 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's always good to avoid that.
So I didn't realize that Sirius, I didn't realize was joking. I thought you were being serious. So Cecil's just about to hop into the future here. Just has to go through this portal, and he's going to have some checks available to him right away. There's a sealed door in the next room. He'll pop in there, get 3 chests, and be on his way.
Yeah, so Cecil just found a gold earring. So gold earring is a very powerful accessory. It gives you a boost of 50 plus health to your total health. So it's very useful if you plan to use Dino Tail strats against the elevator fight. And it gives you a huge advantage in terms of hit points for the final battles.
Yeah,
And Cecil just found a dash ring also.
if you don't want to like do a whole ton of grinding at the end of your seed, you can pop on those earrings, silver earrings or gold earrings. It ups your HP enough so that you can like survive a lot of the powerful attacks from the end bosses. Gloom Helm, that's a great pickup for Raster Cecil there. That's Magus's best helmet, high defense and also protect status.
And also a +1 speed, which...
Oh, that's right. It gives you +1 speed too.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so I don't think Raster Cecil saw any kind of fire protection. Maybe he will try Son of Sun. He does have access to Magic Wall. Magic Wall is a great stack to use against Son of Sun, so that you can protect yourself against Flare. So Son of Sun will always cast at least one Flare during the fight, and it's a very powerful AoE fire-based attack that can deal about 200-300 damage. So if you are kinda under-leveled for that fight, that's a party wipe for sure. So it's better to have any kind of fire protection.
Especially if you don't manage to hit the correct flame at the correct time, and you're going to be eating extra damage too as you try and search for the correct flame to hit. So yeah, I think he will definitely be throwing something on Marl here. Oh, he's actually just going to use haste. So that's also a good strategy here. However, if he doesn't get a magic wall on Marl, she's probably going to die to that flare.
She will.
Even Chrono, I wouldn't hold out for.
Yeah, to make this battle very early on, I usually check for barriers. It's always nice to check for barriers, and if you don't have at least 2 barriers, Magus has Magic Wall, so he can cast Magic Wall on himself. Or maybe hasting Magus so that he can cast Magic Wall on everyone.
Yeah, he did get that hit pretty quickly. That was only his second try. He needs to hit that flame 10 total times in order to kill Son of Sun. And you do want to count to 10, because if you hit it 11, 12, 13, 14 times, you're just going to keep hitting it and it won't start the end script. Actually, that didn't do as much damage as I thought. Maybe she's wearing a ruby vest or something.
Yeah, possibly. So ruby vest is an item that reduces fire damage by 50%.
Yeah.
So I think that's possibly what Cecil is using right now on everyone.
He's really going to have no trouble here with that. Haste is so powerful against Son of Sun, just because of how quickly you can kill him. Oh, Marl down.
Oh. She couldn't survive the dark attack.
Yeah, the ruby vest unfortunately does not protect you against shadow damage. But Son of Sun does both.
For this fight, at least you do have an option to revive your character after you count to 10. So you do have a window there that you can revive characters, so you don't have to worry too much about one person down.
That's true. Yeah, you can still revive them and get that HP. Another thing you're seeing there is you can actually miss that flame and you will still hurt the center. So I'm not sure if he hit it 10 times there. Doesn't look like it, despite the haste. Oh no, he did. He did. He did.
Oh.
Looks like he was unsure because he was throwing some mid-tonics on Marl, so that made me unsure as well.
Yeah, on Korenth's side, Ayla got one shot by the flare. Maybe he swapped the ruby vest. That's usually Ayla starts with a ruby vest. Maybe he swapped that for Marl.
Right, maybe he did. And I also noticed he did throw up those magic walls immediately, but yeah, he didn't get one on Ayla, unfortunately.
Oh.
So he had the right idea, but yeah, it's a time situation, and you have a lot of choices to make in a short amount of time here.
But if he is fast enough with both characters, I guess they are both hasted, so it's kind of a safe fight, and he can revive Ayla after.
We'll essentially see the same thing we saw on the Cecil screen, but in reverse. It's a mirror effect.
He did not get it first round.
That's unfortunate. That means he's going to have to hunt that flame down again, and he's going to eat these extra counters if he doesn't get it right. Also, the more time he spends not hitting those flames, the closer he gets to Son of Sun gets to cycling through his attacks. So that's not so bad with the barrier on. He's only eaten about 70 damage from that flare.
Yeah, and quite possibly the ruby vests are on. Because even with barriers, Son of Sun can do about 150 to 200 damage.
He must be getting very close now. Cecil's diving into the depths of Aristome now. He's about to come up to the Guardian fight, so I would say that usually I want to have some good, strong magic AoEs, as long as they aren't fire-based.
So the pods here against the Guardian, they have 500 hit points. If you are not able to one-shot them, Guardian will counterattack with an amplifier attack. So it's better to make sure you can one-shot. I guess Luminaire will do that.
Luminaire should be able to take care of this.
He might be off, or it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see the same sequence of checks from both runners so far.
It does make sense. It's the fastest way probably to go through the future is to check Son of Sun first. Even if you have to throw up those barriers, even if you're struggling a little bit, it's still going to beat Aristome just in time.
Yeah, because you don't have a dungeon to walk through, and you just have to face a boss. It's not that hard if you plan accordingly. If you plan ahead.
And yeah, it looks like they both found the Moonstone there, which we're really not too concerned with yet. First of all, we don't have the Prism Shard to start that quest anyways, and we don't have access to 65 million BC in order to charge up the Moonstone. So for now, that's a useless item.
Yeah, so once both bits are dead, a countdown to revive the bits will begin. At the end of the countdown, the Guardian attack all party members with a shadow or fire. He keeps alternating between shadow and fire while the bits are dead. So that's the fire attack.
Yeah, I believe that's a little different from the vanilla game whereas in vanilla, as soon as you kill the bits, he actually just does a countdown and he doesn't attack you at all.
Oh.
And then he just revives the bits, and then you just have to keep killing the bits first.
Oh, interesting. I guess I've been playing too much Jet of Time and I don't know that.
I know. I've gone back and been playing casually some original Chrono Trigger and noticing these little changes that the developers of Jets of Time made. They're mostly quality of life, and some of them are for an increased challenge. Guardian is a good example of that. He doesn't have like super high HP. He's not a huge challenge in the first place. So making that extra little tweak is just more fun.
Yeah, it's more fun. It's amazing, yeah? Yeah, so right now, after this check is done, they will have a few options that they can choose from. So Denadora Mountains will be a fast check as they have a level. They have some good techs now. Denadora Mountains is an option. Robo is kind of locked, so Chunka Desert's not an option. Geno Dome is an option.
They haven't checked Proto Dome yet.
Proto Dome, yeah.
And they haven't checked that yet. I was going to mention, actually, because I just thought of this now, Korenth has kept Ayla in his party and Marl, so he likes the haste. That's good. But he might have an edge here because neither player has found a path to Specchio, or at least they're not willing to do the factory yet. There's a few different ways that you can get to the end of time in Jets, and you need to do that in order to talk to Specchio, in order to teach your character's magic. There are a few exemptions there, like Magus, Robo, and Ayla cannot be taught magic. That's from the original game. So if you have those characters in your party, you don't have to ever visit Specchio. And so on those other characters, like Chrono, Marl, Luca, and Frog, if you do not visit Specchio, you will be limited to your first 3 tech that you learn. You won't learn anything beyond that. So I was going to say that Korenth may have a bit of an edge there because he has 2 out of 3 of his characters can actually learn all of their entire tech menu without even having to visit Specchio. So see how that goes.
So the options of unlocking magic is if you finishing the factory and having access to the gate key, unlocking prehistory. If you go back to the portal there in prehistory, you can access the end of time right there. So it's the fastest way to go and unlock magic, but they don't have the gate key yet. And also, if you finish Mega's castle and you reach 12,000 BC, you can go and use the portal and reach end of time. Usually we don't want to do that because it's a very late magic unlocking way. So well, I must consider here also maybe the Luminaire strats against Guardian would have been nice here because the Luminaire could one-shot both beats.
Oh, we have a gate key. So that's
really?
go mode.
Oh my.
Well, just like that, it's go mode.
Wow. Okay.
That's amazing. That's another early go mode for them. And this is going to be an interesting one, especially for Cecil, I think. His team, well, first of all, it's going to be difficult without learning magic to actually take this team deep into the end game.
I mean, yeah, it is. It is going to be very hard because, I mean, his options are not unlocking magic, keeping the same team. Another option would have been to go and maybe check Protodon. We don't know who is behind Protodon. Maybe if it's Luca and she has access to Flare or powerful AoE spells such as Fire 2 or even Mega Bomb, could help a lot.
I suppose he can, of course he can quickly learn magic now that he has the gate key, as Angrel pointed out there.
Oh yes, of course.
Even, I'm thinking even then, he's very limited here if he keeps this team.
Yeah, because with this team you have access to Ice Sword 2, Haste, Confuse, Luminaire. So Ice Sword 2 is not that much, you don't get that much damage output from that. So it's not good to rely on Ice Sword 2 for lava.
It's going to be dependent, of course, on the sword that Chrono is wielding. And we haven't seen anything great drop yet. But see, now he might check Dactyl Nest too. Nope. Oh, never mind. He's just picking that one chest. That's a
I was going
strategy.
to mention that. Yeah, it is. So another option here would be to check Dactyl Nest for the extra character, maybe before going to unlock magic. Maybe before unlocking magic.
I mean, now that he knows that Robo is in Frog's burrow, he knows that Frog and Luca are the only ones left. So he actually has access to both of them if he wants. But geez, he's going to Specchio first. I don't think he's going to go pick up any other characters.
Wow.
Now, if I was Korenth, I'd be very interested in getting Luca on my team.
Yes. I am pretty sure Korenth is going to check Protodome for an extra character because it's really fast.
If he ended up, say, replacing Magus with Luca and he had a all-girl team, like that could shave off serious minutes when he's fighting those end bosses because his damage output's going to multiply by 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, so Dactyl Nest, it takes about 2 minutes to climb it. If you nail all the skips and do it fast, it's just 2 minutes, but then again, it's 2 minutes. Maybe you need that.
Yeah, in a race, those 2 minutes feel very precious. Ooh, it's Frog, and Korenth rejects Frog. Poor Frog. Oh. He heard someone coming to save him, and he's like, "Is that my friends?" And then they saw him and turned around. Oh, poor Frog.
We must. I mean, Korenth did not check Frog's burrow, and he doesn't know that Robo is there. So maybe he will be climbing the actual nest in search for Luca. Meanwhile, Raster is already starting Tyranno lair.
Yeah, he is really speeding through this. I mean, I probably would be too, and you have to think that he's down by 1 game. He needs to tie the series up if he wants to survive.
Yes.
You might have to pull out some really risky strats at the end to get that edge, and maybe that's what we're seeing.
Well, I must agree that, yeah, I mean, he has Megas in the party, so Dark Matter and Haste is going to be very helpful. So at least for good AoEs,
yeah, and
he has it covered. But
and like I said earlier, he does have Aura Whirl if he needs that as well. So,
but I mean, we are going to miss Flare. So how much of a difference is that going to make for the final gauntlet
is
fight?
going up Dactyl Nest. He knows Luca's here.
Oh.
He wants Luca. He wants Luca bad, and I don't blame him. However, Raster Cecil is plowing through this Tyranno lair. Korenth is in the right time period. He can go straight to, well, he'll go to Specchio first, I'm sure. But, oh boy.
And again, we are going to see a very good strategy for looting all the chests here from Raster Cecil. Wow.
And he gets a white mail and a dash ring. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it took a few seconds, but boy, that could really pay off when you're starved for gear. And he might be a little low on gear, I think, because we're only 45 minutes in, and he's almost at the end.
He has now access to two dash rings, and it's going to help a lot.
Korenth using the pause buffer there to do a skip on Dactyl Nest. Perfectly done.
Yeah, you have to precisely position your character 2 pixels to the left for both of those skips. So that's 1, 2. Oh, no, he missed 1. Okay, amazing. Very well done. Nicely done, yeah.
And there's our girl, Luca. Now we have a serious damage output team potential.
So we have... Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, he is behind, a few minutes behind, but now he has access to the... I think one of the most powerful parties in the game. So is this going to... I mean, is this enough? Will this be enough?
You know what? Once they are both going this Lavos route, and Lavos as an endgame boss can really, it's so random, you know, how he will treat you. And I think the tougher you are, the better off you are. And, you know, like we said, this is one of the most powerful teams that you can have. And the reason for that, of course, is you have Antipode 2 and 3 between Marl and Luca. And then you have Blaze Kick with Luca and Ayla, which is triple kick and fire too. And that can be doing, you know, depending if you have some gear to buff your attack damage, like it's going to be doing 4,000 damage per Blaze Kick. So it is one of the most powerful techs in the game and very worth going after, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And let's see, I think the difference also will depend on what are the first techs that Luca will have available. I don't think Korenth has yet opened her tech menu, so we are very curious to see right now what kind of techs. I mean, he's already changing equipment. And the Green Dream available. Okay, we have a Green Dream.
Yeah, he knows what team he wants. and he's going to dedicate all of his best gear to them.
Yeah, meanwhile, Raster Cecil is fighting against Nisbel 2. So the difference between Nisbel 1 and Nisbel 2 is that Nisbel 2, in order for you to reduce his defense, you do have to hit him with lightning a few times. It's not only one. For Nisbel 1, it's just once that you have to attack him with lightning to reduce his defense. But for Nisbel 2, you have to attack him several times with lightning. But mostly for this fight,
That's right.
we kind of rely on magic attacks most of the time because it's faster.
Yeah, it's similar but different to the first Nisbel fight where, with the first Nisbel fight, you hit Nisbel with lightning and then his defense goes down. With this, you hit Nisbel 2 with lightning, I don't know, a few times between 3 and 5. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But then he will release his electrocution attack. Then his defense goes down. So it's a little different, but like Moon was saying, as long as you have good magic damage, it will actually just bypass his defense anyways. You just won't be able to hit him with physicals. Korenth is heading...
Maybe...
I
think he's feeling under-leveled.
Oh, okay. He's just doing a grind. I got nervous there. Like, he didn't do Aristome, but he did, because I remember.
But I mean, I think he would be feeling behind because he did Cathedral, and well, okay, he's grinding. Maybe for a couple of fights.
I mean,
Let's see.
If he's going to use that team, he doesn't want them to be underleveled when he goes into Tyranno Lair either, because there really isn't anywhere to grind in Tyranno Lair. You don't really want to be taking any of the encounters in there, and this is a much safer way to gain experience, but geez. Cecil is just plowing through now. He's almost done.
Ooh.
And Korenth was right on his heels, and now he's been taking this extra time to get the right team going.
That's setting him behind.
It's putting him a little bit behind, but it could really make all the difference in the end. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, we have to consider that by finishing, when you finish Tyranno Lair and opening up... Oh, he got into a fight. Okay, he missed the switch there. So by finishing, when you finish Tyranno Lair and you unlock the path to Ocean Palace, there is a very good grinding spot that you can go and use. So I think it's more time... it's better to grind at the very last grinding spot at Ocean Palace. Because he has access to Magic Wall, so he could use Magic Wall on everyone.
That's true.
And
yeah.
protect himself against Tyranno. He has a Green Dream, so Green Dream enables you to have a single revive, auto revive when the character dies during the battle once. So Tyranno will do a very nasty AoE attack, which might kill everyone. So if you have a Green Dream on, it's usually safe.
That's true. And yeah, Black Tyranno is one of the bosses that can actually give any player a bad day. He could just wipe you if you're not careful. And it's never really a safe fight, no matter what team you have. So we'll see what happens here. I'm a little nervous as well.
Yeah, because so Magus has Dark Matter now. So Korenth has just unlocked Dark Matter, which should be enough for Tyranno. Because he could always haste Magus. Maybe MP will be an issue. That's wait. I don't know if
doing this amount
fights is okay, but
doing this amount of grinding at this stage in a go mode is, I would say, quite risky. And I think, psychologically the racers might have a different thing going on here. Korenth knows he's up a game. Cecil knows he's down a game and facing elimination here. Cecil's going to be pulling out these risky strats to win this race. Korenth is maybe thinking, I'm going to go for safety here. I don't want to lose, but I also I could go for a game 3 if we absolutely have to. I just don't want to die to Lavos.
Yeah, maybe this is what he's thinking. But I don't know. I mean, considering the way the series has played out, I'd surely be feeling. I mean, that I was behind because it's kind of a linear. I'd say, see, in terms of, go to the future, do Son of Sun, do Ares Dome, go mode, go. And I don't know.
Also, if it was me fighting Black Tyranno, I would definitely have Ayla out. Well, Cecil doesn't have Ayla, but we'll see what Korenth does with Ayla against Black Tyranno, because I'm a big fan of using her tailspin against Black Tyranno. You can actually damage him with tailspin before killing Azala.
Yeah, so a strategy would be to haste Ayla and do tailspin for quite a few turns before Azala goes down. And
yeah, I think
it give you an edge.
If you knock a few thousand HP off Black Tyranno before you kill Azala, then it does give you that edge during the countdown. He's almost dead, basically. So you're probably not going to get hit with that big AoE at row of the countdown.
We have barriers for sale. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if Raster Cecil barriered everyone, or if he's using green dreams.
I'm not sure either, but I do think that haste, once you have haste on it might override the other auras.
Yeah. Yeah, we see so far Korenth taking some time between his go mode and actually going through Tyranno lair. So yeah, the time difference is widening up. Maybe he wants to go like in a safer way, but I mean, Raster Cecil is just going through, and
yeah, and even at this point, even if Raster Cecil dies to Black Tyranno, he's still going to be ahead of Korenth because Korenth would have to be, entering basically this fight at this point in order to catch up. So we'll see how it goes. You never know. I think there was a similar gap, in the other way, in their last race, and things have a way of evening out.
Yeah, we have to consider the fact that Raster Cecil is using a different party. This party does not have a lot of that high of a damage output. Apart from Magus having Dark Matter, and Luminaire is really strong, but not that much when we compare to Flare and Dark Matter.
Yeah, that's true. It looks like he is... Oh, he cast one magic wall on Magus.
Well, at least Magus will survive.
Yeah. I might throw it on Marl but maybe they just have... Their HP is too low. And it won't matter, I'm not sure. Here we go.
Okay, okay, let's see. How bad is it? How bad is this?
Yeah, so he knew Magus would survive. And now he's just going to use revives. He's at slight risk of getting attacked by Black Tyranno during this phase, but we'll see how lucky he gets here.
It's kind of risky, but yeah, Korenth just missed the skip there in this maze room. I don't think he will be getting all the chests Raster Cecil did.
No, and I honestly don't go for those chests either.
I'm honestly considering of going for them next run.
The more I see other players do it, the more it looks like something I want.
Yeah. Yeah, Raster Cecil situation is like tricky, but I think he is going to make it through. He must be so close.
Yeah, usually if you're usually you only will take one big attack from Black Tyranno and you'll be able to clean him up in the second phase. It's extremely rare to see two big attacks, so
Nice.
and
Yeah,
I
you
think
just have
also
to prepare.
I think
Go on,
Black
go on.
Tyranno's HP is randomized as well. So from seed to seed, you're
Yeah.
never sure exactly how many HPs he has. I think it ranges from 8,000 to 12,000, or maybe all the way up to 13,000.
Yeah, you just have to make sure you have some kind of survivability strats for the major AoE attack. So we have to consider green dreams will auto revive someone. Barriers will enable you to survive and reduce the damage significantly. So it's another good strategy. Also trying to mix up elemental armors or elemental mails if you have them. So put on a blue vest, a white mail, or anything that can give you a elemental absorption, because you never know the element that Tyranno will use. It's random, so he can use fire, water, lightning, shadow, or even the non-elemental, which was actually the attack pattern that we had this seed.
Kimorox asks, does Nizbel, I'm assuming you mean Nizbel 2, give 30 tech points? I think it is 30, but we're about to see. So as you can see now that Raster Cecil has completed Black Tyranno, he will take that portal that opens to 12,000 BC, the best time period in the game.
Yeah, so options right now for Raster Cecil, you don't have access to 2 shops here. No, actually 3. So by going directly to Kajar, he's able to visit the new shop. The new shop is the best shop in the game. So you have guaranteed amulet for sale, and you can find things like Mega Elixirs, Stab and Suit, Prism Specs, all the very good stuff you can buy here.
Yeah, you never know
Yeah.
what you're going to get, and we'll see what he gets here. Sometimes there is almost nothing available.
Yeah, that's why I usually check what he's selling before going to sell all my stuff, because then you can...
He does have
okay,
Mega
Mega
Elixir.
Elixirs.
You've got Rainbow Helms. Those are really good against Lavos at the end.
No amulets? No Mega Elixirs? Okay, Raster is kind of short on cash. So...
Yeah, that makes sense that he would be. Of course, he is here a little early, and he didn't do, well, any grinding.
There is also a speed tab here, and there is a free shelter on the way back. He did not get the speed tab?
Oh, I think he did.
Okay. Oh yeah, because we're not. Yeah, because it's a. I guess we could change sound. I don't know if it's a. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's the tunes I dig.
Yeah, I mean, I was missing something.
So here's where Raster Cecil's gonna. This is where you are going to require that ruby knife in order to break the seal on this door here. You will then fight the golem, and then you will go down to the Ocean Palace.
Yeah, so Golem will counter with whichever element you hit him with. So you have a lot of options in terms of protection. If you can use the same elemental absorption here on everyone, it's the ideal situation. So you can attack with ice and have like blue vests and blue mails on everyone. But usually we don't have access to that. So we have to rely on other kinds of protection or gimmicks or strategies to play. So it's always better to have him counterattack from ice or fire, because it's always the first pattern of attack will be always a single target. If he counters the lightning or the shadow attack, it's going to be AoE. So it's always better to avoid those. And as Cecil is doing right now, he's kind of chaining different types of attacks. So he's chaining Luminaire into Dark Matter and into Ice. So as he's changing elements, the Ice counterattack will be only a single target. So it's very safe because this attack is really weak. So he doesn't have to worry too much about it.
Yeah, in most cases, that's the strategy you'll see players use. Just because it is safe and you can use it with just about any team. But if you are feeling like extra weak or you've had, a wipe to Golem, you can, check your inventory, see if you have any of that elemental absorb gear like a red mail, white mail, blue mail, black mail. Slap that on and then start using those types of techs against him, and then he will heal you instead of kill you. Of course, another strategy you can use against the Golem or the Golem twins is any kind of status ailment. They're very weak to that, so if you cast something like Hypno Wave, or say if you have Boogie between Robo and Ayla, you'll be able to just cast Stop on them, and then they can't do anything, and then you can just kill them at your leisure.
Yeah, and our Golem will use an attack like this blurb attack. It's a non-elemental based AoE attack. The single Golem AoE counter when he dies is not that strong. So if you have more than 100 health, it's enough. But for the Golem twins, you should pretty much have more than 400 and possibly 500 hit points, because they can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, you do want to have between 400 and 500 for those Golem twins, because, boy, they pack a wallop. Looks like Korenth is almost at the end of his countdown there with Black Tyranno. He's probably been doing maybe a little more damage than Cecil was doing, although I haven't been keeping a close eye on it. He does have that flare. He may be able to just take down Black Tyranno here before he eats that attack, which is going to gain him a little bit of time. It'll help him catch up to Cecil here.
I think we have several minute difference right now. So if Cecil gets any kind of troubles or a wipe or something, then the Korenth is going to catch up really quick.
Yeah, it's getting down to the wire for him here. He's out of MP now. And Black Tyranno is almost done his countdown. Ooh, he's going to pull out some napalm.
Better than nothing.
And he has to eat that attack. Fortunately, he does have barrier cast on everyone. I'm not sure if Marl and Luca have enough HP, though.
And
that green dream. The green dream is always an incredible play. Korenth has done good. You should be able to clean this fight up in no time now. Raster Cecil finding a Nova armor in Ocean Palace. That's an amazing drop. It's, I would say, the best armor for the male characters in the game.
Indeed.
Moon armor is better because, well, of course it has the word moon in it. But aside from that, it has higher defense. It does give you a boost to your magic defense, but Nova armor actually protects your stat. So that's as good as having a Vigil hat or a Prism helm on or an amulet. Also, frees up your accessory slot.
Yeah, he did not had enough money to buy amulets. And yeah, finding that Nova armor is really good, because then he will be protected against obstacle. And we just, I don't know if you all watched the race on Thursday. Obstacle is a random spell for the seed. So the obstacle was stop, and stop actually, it wiped you. So
Yeah.
If you can protect yourself against that, it's always better.
Yeah, in our last race, Korenth had no status protection at all. And so when stop gets cast on your whole team at once, you are out of options at that point. If you have status protection for one person, it at least will save you from that wipe. But you do need heals. Don't forget about that. If you can cast heals on your party members, you can get them out of that. I was going to mention that even though Cecil didn't buy any amulets, he must have one because he started with Negus, right?
Yes.
Right. So he does have one amulet and one Nova armor. So
Which is fine.
Yeah, he has 2 pieces of status protection. That's definitely better than 0 and a little better than 1. But the difference between 0 and 1 is huge.
Okay, now Raster Cecil is exploring the grinding spot. He is at level 23. So usually we would like to go down at level 28, 9, about that. If you have gold earrings, a lot of gold earrings, you could push that to 27 maybe.
Yeah, another thing you'll be maybe keeping an eye on sometimes is maybe your levels are okay, but you might need a tech from your tech menu. And so you're going to be grinding for that, looking at those 80 tech points every fight and saying to yourself, how many do I need before I face the Golem Twins? Now, that is an interesting point. If Cecil has to grind here maybe for a little bit longer just because Korenth did do that extra grind beforehand.
Yeah, this is something interesting to consider, but the amount of experience points and experience points, Korenth was getting about 1,200 experience points, and Raster Cecil is getting 2,800. So this grind is much more efficient and faster. Let's see if this is going to keep him up.
Now, he did just get Ice 2, it looks like, I think on Marl.
Oh.
So it's about time. That is basically essential. If you want to use Marl, you really wanted to have Ice 2. Yeah, there you can see he's using it right away.
I don't see Life 2. Does Marl know Life 2?
I didn't see it there. That doesn't mean it's not there, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, so Life 2 is one of her most powerful attacks because it enables you to revive a character at full health. And
yeah,
if she is alive, so you can basically keep everyone alive.
I have had the odd seed where Marl's first 3 techs are actually Life 2, Haste, and Ice 2. And if you get a Marl with those 3 techs, you do not need to bring her to Specchio because you have everything you need.
Yeah, indeed. Those are her 3 best techs. Yeah, and Raster Cecil's Dark Matter is not enough to kill this battle, this encounter, because he's still at a level 25-ish, so usually, lower than 26, 27, you can't one-shot them with Dark Matter.
Yeah, now, Korenth has a quick golem fight here. He's a little higher level than Cecil actually was when he entered, so it's possible he's going to make up some time here. But we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, he's going down. It's
That's,
kind of a...
again, very risky because I think he just hit level 27.
Wow. And he forgot to... I've chosen enough? It's not.
Oof.
I would replenish. Replenishing. Dark Matter is his most powerful attack here, and by using Fire Ice 2 and not being able to one-shot them, they will counter-attack and kind of, waste of time, and it's kind of risky because they will all counter-attack, and maybe that's a party wipe. I hope it's not. Let's hope it's not.
Yeah, that would It's not going to be a
Let's
party
hope
wipe.
it's not. Oh.
Yeah, won't be a party wipe. That would be devastating because obviously he
It
hasn't
would,
saved
yeah.
since he grinded.
You have to make sure
That is deadly close. Deadly close.
deadly close, and you have to make sure. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Cecil.
Okay. Yeah, lessons learned. We can't rely on knife 2 at level 26 to one-shot this encounter. It's really risky, and you get 4 counter attacks, which almost party wipe.
I think I'll put that in my notes. Don't use Ice
Yeah.
2 on him at level 26.
No Ice 2 at level 26.
So is he possibly going back to grind some more now? Looks like he is.
So that actually
Interesting.
cost him a minute, I guess, by getting all those counters and almost wiping there and going back.
Yeah. And then running away and not actually even getting any experience from that fight. Oh, wow. And so Korenth, well, he has Luca at level 26, which
Wow.
he's coming in a little hotter than Cecil did in terms of levels. Of course, Cecil's still ahead of him, but Korenth is going to catch up really quick now.
He is, and we can say that Cecil has like a 0, maybe chance of a lava. If he gets a wipe at lava score or lava winner, final
Yeah.
battle, lava 3, that's a very huge risk of course making his way and catching up.
I think Korenth is caught up, maybe almost enough at this point where, yeah, a wipe to Lavos could make an actual difference. Like we were saying at Black Tyranno, when Cecil could have wiped there, Korenth actually still wouldn't have quite caught up to him at that point. But now, things have changed.
Okay, he's at level 28. So Ice should be one-shotting the next encounter here.
Oh, we have a fun little visual glitch there. I don't think I've seen that before.
I haven't either. Yeah, and no Nova armor for Korenth,
No,
which
armor
actually
for
saves him time, but
But that he honestly, he has that gloom helm on Negus. He wouldn't even have a use for the Nova armor.
yeah. I mean, the defense bonus is nice, but
Unless he brings in, yeah, you could get a defense bonus. But unless he brings him in another one of the males, like I said, Nova armor is not wearable by the female characters.
yeah. And Cecil got a white mail from the looting in that maze room. So Korenth does not have access to that, and also a dash ring, an extra dash ring from that room.
That's
Maybe
true.
that's a
That's
huge
true.
advantage. So a dash ring is a +3 speed accessory. If used on Luca or Mod, it makes a huge difference because they are slow.
You can run from that fight before the elevator starts, but you can't run once you're on the elevator.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to the fact that why Korenth did not use opted for Ayla instead of Megas, and why Luca Megas more. Because now he does not have a way to quickly deal with the elevator fights here. So Raster is going to kind of take some more time because he does not have access to attacks such as Dino Tail or Frog Squash. So those attacks we usually use here for the elevator fights because you can AoE physical attack everyone, but you do have to make sure your health is low. So Dino Tail and both Dino Tail and Frog Squash require you to have low health because it deals more damage as lower your health is. But it does not have access to that, so it's going to take a while. The scout fights, they always counter if you don't hit with the exact element, so you can't use an AoE magical attack. So
Yeah,
it's a long battle.
I'm curious that Korenth maybe he's not considering using Ayla at all. Maybe she doesn't have Dino Tail yet, and he doesn't know how long it's going to take to learn it. But he does have Ayla, so I would definitely be looking into that if I was him. However,
Yeah.
he is going to have a really strong team here with a full mage team, but he's not going to necessarily be any faster than Cecil at the elevator. He may be a higher level, though.
Yeah, so getting all the attacks and counters from the scouts, that's what makes this fight go long and take a lot of time, because I have to go and use very single target main magic attacks, and go one by one, and use the fire against the red scout, ice against the blue scout, lightning against the scout, and takes a while.
Yeah, he's going for
By
some
using
fairly risky strat there. But I mean, I guess he does have enough HP to sort of deal with these counters. Generally, I stay away from that just because it can get away from you. Like you see here, they can cast sleep. It usually misses. But yeah, this is a fight you really don't want to take too many risks in. But Cecil's been playing risky this whole time, so
yeah. I mean, if he's leading, and if he wins, it's going to pay out. He is one game behind it, and if he loses,
Korenth is going for ultra safety strats here. He wants to be a very thick level when he fights Lavos.
but is it the time to be? I mean, is it the time to be safe?
He already learned
Your
Anvil 3.
opponent will. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Now, when Cecil's fighting Lavos, I will be nervous because I know he's going in at slightly a low level with a slightly sketchy team.
Indeed.
I'm going to be less nervous watching Korenth fight Lavos, but he's going to be behind a little going in. So this is going to be very interesting. We're also going to see how Cecil performs against the Golden Twins, and they can be a little challenging. It looks, oh my goodness, we see Ayla being put into Korenth's party here.
Oh.
Don't know if she has Dino Tail. He may feel really ahead for some reason.
Why would that be?
Can't see what we see, but he clearly feels ahead right now.
Yeah, Raster is just, rushing it and doing it very well so far.
Yeah, so far he's been playing on that perfect edge where he's just teetering on the edge of death and winning, and so far he's been winning. So here we go. Korenth has done his grind. He's rushing down. I'm guessing he does have Dino Tail if you put Ayla in his party.
Maybe he wants her to learn Dino. Okay, right. Dino Tail was the very first tech.
It's actually her first tech. Yeah, look, there you go. So he's actually going to probably use this next screen. He's going to eat some fireballs from one of those statues. Put Ayla in the lead, then go eat these fireballs to lower her health.
But why is Mal? Why did he replace Mal for Ayla and not make it for Ayla? I don't get it now.
It's very out of character for. Yeah, I would definitely think that he would go all girl for this.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so Raster, Cecil, Golden Dreams, they are really more powerful than the single golem, right? But the gimmicks are the same, and that's why he is using Fire 2 instead of Dark Matter, because if he uses Dark Matter, we are both going to counter with a AoE shadow. It takes a lot of time, and there's about 200 to 300 damage, so it's deadly. And that's why using only Ice 2 and Fire 2 is just making them counter with single target spells, so it's more manageable this way. The only problem here is if they both die at the same time, they will counter twice with the blood, and the blood will do about 400 damage, so that's not dead, but he has a green dream. So I guess we still have the green dream, and it's safe.
Yeah, for that reason, it's good to sometimes like try to kill one first, then the other, rather than both at the same time. Just give one an extra, physical attack in between turns, and you'll be assured that it'll go down quicker. Korenth is going to have a fast elevator fight here. Straight up, he's going to save a lot of time.
Maybe he decided on Minions for now because I don't know. Yeah, we can ask him during the interview.
I would. There's possible the only reason that I can think of is because Magus has that Gloom Helm, and unless he bought amulets, I didn't see if he bought amulets, but I mean he'll only have that one amulet.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why. I don't know.
Okay, got the double blurb. Maybe Chrono will die. Maybe. Okay, he's safe. Molly's dead, possibly, but she has the green dream, so it's safe. Okay, where is the green dream? Oh god.
I guess she
4,000 experience points.
Yeah, that's a big loss for him because he is here at a kind of a low level, and he could have really used those.
Indeed. So that extra level is very useful. Oh, I hope this doesn't come later.
I mean, on the plus side, he has haste and dark matter. You put those two things together, and it can do a lot against the Lavo Shell, which is what he's about to face.
It is certainly doable to... At this level, he's at level 30, which is enough. Has some decent equipment. So Nova Armor, White Mail, Dash Rings. I don't think Chrono has a very good weapon, but
I believe it's Aeon Blade.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be relying on physical attacks from Chrono.
And here we can see on Korenth's screen him blasting through this fight. This is exactly where Dino Tail is the most useful probably in the entire game. You can just one-hit this whole screen. It's fast, it's easy, it's painless, and he's through the elevator just like that lickety-split. He's going to start his Golem Twin fight. And I think, he's been gaining time against Cecil here, but will it be enough?
Yeah, will it be enough?
He could gain even more time during this shell fight, too, because he's just going to be doing more damage. But will it be enough?
Okay, he decided not to use haste. And Cecil decided to go only with the most powerful attacks. So Lava Shell has 12,000 hit points. You can count damage in order to better prepare for this fight and better plan out this fight. He will keep using the same patterns of attack, so Destruction Rain from the Heavens, and then Obstacle for an AoE status on everyone. That's Sleep. Sleep is not bad because he will follow with another attack, which is the attack that we don't know the name. But it's an AoE non-elemental attack, really strong one. So all of that. And then he will cycle again with all those the same pattern of attacks.
Yeah, they're lucky that it looks like Obstacle is causing Sleep, this seed, instead of Stop, like it did in the last seed.
Yeah. less threatening for sure.
Yeah, generally, if you get hit with sleep
Oh,
or
okay.
chaos, you're just not going to be very concerned because his next attack, I think, is Shadow Slay, and it just wakes everyone up.
This is very risky. Raster is not in a good spot right now. Chrono's dead. Obstacle doing damage. The next attack will follow. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Uh-oh.
I think that's it for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
option.
So if you die during this fight, you actually don't have to reset. It looks like he's planned this maybe, but
He could have just, gone, not saved, and gone, and... Yeah, I don't think he had planned this all along, because if he did, it would be faster to just go and, don't heal, and just go and receive the destruction wave from the weapons and die from there.
yeah, I don't think he planned it, but he definitely made that choice at some point during that fight, and
Yeah.
so he does have to sit through this cutscene, but he will be able to go do a little bit of shopping if he needs to. He'll be able to revisit that new shop. It's going to be found down here in the Earthbound Village. He can then do everything he needs, save, whatever. And then you can refight Lavos starting inside the shell by crashing the Epoch into it. Here he goes to the new shop, and I now
with the green dream save.
Korenth had the green dream on.
Yeah, mine is not dead. Everyone's
Very
alive.
nice.
Everyone at this point. Let's go.
Very nice. And now Korenth is going to make up even more time here. I think he's going to have an easier time at that Lavos shell. He's a higher level. He has more damage output. He may not have to take that wipe like Cecil did. In fact, in game 1, in their last matchup, they both took that death to the shell and went back and through the cutscenes in order to go straight inside the shell.
Wow,
Again,
now this is getting really exciting because Korenth is like, Luke is at level 34, Al is at level 32, and Meg is at 33. And they are both going to, go back to Gauntlet, Lava Gauntlet fights. Raster will have to wait a minute for this cutscene. Meanwhile, Korenth will start his battle against Lava Shell. And, they are so close now.
it is so close now. This is where a more powerful team could really make the difference. Because it's just going to increase your kill rate. And
yeah, because having Unspoiled 3 and Dark Matter is what is required to one-shot the left arm. So it kind of saves a safer way to fight lava humans. And Raster people, he will try and wipe. If you wipe, you will have to go through the 13 again, and it costs him a lot of time.
yeah, as you can see, it's evening up even closer now as Cecil has to sit through this cutscene. Korenth
I'd
is
say he is 3 minutes ahead right now,
that's a
but
good,
he doesn't have access to a save point.
yeah, no save point for him. And if he wipes to Lavos, he'll have to go through that whole cutscene again. However, if Korenth gets through this shell fight here, it looks like he's going to. He's just putting out so much damage at this point. He will have access to a save point inside the shell, and then if he wipes to Lavos, he'll get to restart the battle way closer than Cecil would. So here we go. Cecil's on the inner Lavos shell fight now.
Let's go. And we just noticed Raster Cecil did change his battle speed from 1 to 3. So it makes this battle go safer, so you have more time to think between your attacks and the opponent's attack, Lava's attack. So it's a safer strategy to change for a higher battle speed.
Yeah, for most of the game, having your battle gauge speed set to 1 is fine. But you will not want to leave it on 1 for Lavos ever. Pretty much, it doesn't matter what team you have or anything like that. You want to have it at least 2 or 3. Personally, I just play on 2 all the time.
Yeah, like me.
It's just easier, I guess, because I don't have to screw around inside the menu.
Oh, the green dream!
That green dream is amazing.
You should be able to do draft farm now. With a luminaire.
Right, so I think as long as one of the arms is dead, they will stop throwing boomerangs.
Nice.
Ooh, Korenth seeing a wipe to Magus there. Magus is down. Marl survived using the green dream. Hopefully this last 3. Sorry, that was a flare. Yeah, flare takes care of it. He's through that shell fight.
Getting close.
He's getting close. He's going to be able to save his game here. He's going to have a little bit of an edge with the damage. And this is going to be a truly close race.
Truly close. I mean, Untouchable. Will Untouchable 3 be a faster strategy for Lava Traders doing 3? Because if it is, maybe he can still catch up.
It's really going to depend on... They don't necessarily have a very high speed either. Like, see, Luca here is only 10 speed, but she needs to wear that amulet. You have to make some tough choices here. And also getting that battle right away to catch up with Cecil here.
Yeah, let's find out.
And now for the first time in about an hour and a half, we're on the same screen again.
Again. Wow. Yeah, no wonder we are seeing a semi-final. Those runners are amazing.
During the Lavos 3 fight, during the core fight, it will counter you if the center bit is down and you are AoE attacking. Oh my goodness, we see a wipe on Cecil's screen. Korenth just pulled ahead by several minutes. Because as we explained earlier, Cecil is going to have to sit through this cutscene again.
No.
And this is a good reason why, you know, if you die to that shell fight, you might want to just reset and refight the shell. Because that's actually going to take a lot less time than doing this.
Indeed. I mean, I mean, oh my, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah, as long as Korenth doesn't die here, he will stay in the lead. However, if Korenth takes a wipe, Cecil could pull back ahead.
Indeed. Yeah, so Korenth's grind might be paying off now.
Just before that happened, I was explaining to chat about using Antipode 3 against the core. You will have a counter attack from the left bit if you do that, but we do have a bit of a workaround. So if you are wearing a safe helm or if you cast a shield on either Marl or Luca, use them to cast the Antipode 3. They'll actually be able to survive that hit. You could then theoretically use your third character to throw a full tonic on that person. So you could, continue doing that. Antipode 3, full tonic. Antipode 3, full tonic. And it's a good way to take out, the final Lavos form without having to take out that left bit.
Yeah, indeed, and you just have to be able to use 2, so only 2 Antipode 3 casts, it's enough to kill the center. But there is a window. There is a window between the first Antipode tree and the second that he will always have a chance to cast something. And if it's spell, random status, so that's what you should be, preparing for. So that's why it's always good to have some kind of a status protection for Lavos Phase 3.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
he will remove a status protection.
Yeah.
Before
I think that's the left bit will remove a status protection. Yes. Yeah. So even if you do come in with that protection on, he could just remove it anyways. And yeah.
You have to rely on a very specific RNG, so it doesn't target Maul or anything.
Yes.
Or Luca. Okay, he's... Oh, wow.
That
was an amazing fight.
That was a great fight by Korenth. That Green Dream came in so handy there. Boy, I'm looking at Green Dreams in a whole different light after watching this race.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a possible menu glitch here. Right after Lavos Course sets himself up here, the screen will fade to black. As soon as your screen goes fully black, if you press and hold your menu button down and you have the right timing on it, you should be able to enter the menu. Korenth pulls it off. This is crucial.
Wow.
You're able to heal your party. You could use mid-tonics, doesn't matter. All the ethers in your inventory, use them all. Just heal your party up. Use up any speed tabs you have left. You can check your gear, do any last-minute changes you might want to do before you fight this final form of Lavos.
Yeah, so final form of Lavos, so he will be using a time warp, a random time warp, so he changes the time period, and based on the background of that time period, you can determine what type of super attack he will be using. So Lean Square, 1000 AD is usually the first one, so it's a spell, random status, it has a chance to inflict a random status ailment on everyone. So
That's
you
right.
can get a critical stop.
Everyone will get a different status effect usually, so it is very random.
I don't know how the RNG for that plays out, but usually I see Lean Square 1000 AD as the first time warp. So let's see if this is the same here. No, he decided for Crying Blows. Okay.
Right, so I suppose sometimes he will continue just traveling through time and just start hitting you with Crying Blow and even start slapping you.
No, Luca, no! Oh, no!
Ooh.
Oof.
Ooh. Very lucky for Korenth there. He's going to be single targeting the center now.
Only one full tonic left, so...
Oh my goodness. So even though he did all that extra preparation, he wasn't able to secure himself maybe enough ethers here. We'll see how it goes. I saw a couple of mid ethers and maybe a couple of full ethers. I didn't see much more than that, and I know he used all of his regulars.
He's running out of consumables for MP. The center is down and no time warp for Korenth.
That's great that he got that center bit down without taking any serious damage here.
And now is the time to haste everyone?
Yes, I'd be throwing up a lot of hastes here. Yeah, it's exactly what he's doing. I'd probably also be single targeting here. I'm not going to play it too risky with an AoE and a shield strat, for example. Because
it doesn't have access to more full tonics, and only one full tonic will not be enough for that strat.
Exactly, so you're either going to see Mega Bombs or Antimode 2s and Dark Bombs here. Until he gets that center bit back up, you could throw up, one more Antipode 3, maybe another Dark Matter, and then you'd have to Dark Bomb the center again to avoid that AoE counterattack.
Meanwhile,
Cecil says that Korenth does have 2 Mega Elixirs, so that is pretty good.
Ooh. Raster Cecil just finished his Lavos Phase 2 fight, and he's heading into the Lavos Core fight, so let's go. Yeah, Korenth has everyone hasted. He can use Anti-Pode 2 and Dark Bombs. We are probably going to see Lavos being resurrected at least once, I guess.
Yep, and if Korenth is sitting on some Mega Elixirs, he may actually use one of them just to heal his MP. Just because once he drains all his characters down, and they are getting drained, he'll be able to just heal them all up very quickly with that Mega Elixir. No reason to hang on to them if you're in the final fight. I see a lot of players will buy Mega Elixirs, and they're like afraid to use them, they want to save them, and then at the end of their Lavos fight, they still have it. So use it if you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's Antipode. So the center has 8,000 hit points, so 4.2k damage would be enough had the left one not healed it. So 2 Antipode 2, Antipode 3 will not be enough, but it's actually better because Mega's good Dark Bomb. He could do Antipode 3 followed by a Dark Bomb.
Yeah, it looks like he was menuing when the center bit got healed there. He may not have picked up on that.
Oh.
So he's playing it a little careful here. Looks like this should do it.
No, he's short.
One more Dark Bomb. Yeah, one more Dark Bomb. That center bit will be down. Marl's wearing a white mail. That's nice.
Nice.
It always feels good when you make the enemy heal you. Ooh, Raster Cecil just took a random status effect there, and Marl does have stop cast on her. That's what you don't want to see. But luckily, it's only one character with stop.
So yeah, by killing the center, Magus will get a counter, but he has a gold earring on, so it's okay. It's getting to a close. Uh-oh.
Korenth is doing an excellent job here, just keeping in control of the fight, staying alive. You know, when you take control of that center bait, you take him down as fast as possible. Ooh, he had a little bit of a menuing error there.
Uh-oh. I misclick.
Yeah, so even if you hit that left bit with a magic attack, you'll still have to get that counterattack. He's lucky enough that it did not kill Magus.
Indeed.
And the right bit has restored its defense at this point. It will do that periodically, and you better be paying attention because you don't want to waste a turn hitting it when its defense is on.
I guess he could start, maybe, I mean... It's so close, the race is so close.
So the right bit has 20,000 HP, and that's what we're aiming for here.
And that's it.
Korenth takes it. That's game 2.
Oof.
Over. Korenth takes the series 2-0 and will advance to the finals.
Korenth 2-0 advancing to the finals. With a time of 1 hour, 47 minutes and 16 seconds. A sub 2. Congratulations. Oh, this was amazing.
Yeah, another sub 2 for Korenth. Meanwhile, we see on Cecil's screen, he's going to take a counter here because he used Luminaire to take down the center bit.
With
Probably
life
not.
2 or more, should be good.
If he has life 2, he's fine. Yeah, there it is. And
Okay, good.
no big deal. But the important thing there is he has the center bit down. That really, like I said, with Korenth side, makes all the difference during this fight. You control the center, you control the fight. Which frankly is something I learned a little later on playing this game. Growing up, I always just went after the left bit, and I thought that was the key to the fight. Turns out
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
wrong.
we have to consider also that in Jets of Time we are usually at a lower level than when we reach this point in vanilla. And in vanilla, the center attacks not do as much damage as we get from in Jets of Time.
That's true,
I
yeah.
think.
There are certain things about Lavos that were nerfed in order to make it doable at a lower level. For example, if you went into Lavos at about level 30, in a normal vanilla game, his opening attack would do probably 2,000 to 3,000 damage to your whole party. So the elixir glitch is, it's possible in Jets of Time. However, when we're racing, we have glitches turned off via the use of a flag. It's just what we decided on as a community. That's how we want to play it right now. However, if you roll your own seed, you could easily leave glitches on, do glitch to your heart's content, and you can use that elixir glitch against Lavos at the end of the game. The only difficult thing is, well, neither an elixir or a green dream are actually guaranteed items. You may not find either one of them, or you may find one and not the other. But if you find both, you're in business.
Yeah, I'm always really happy when I see green dreams because it's such a useful and versatile item that we can always rely on. And it saves a lot. I mean, it saved for Korenth there. It saved for Raster Cecil also.
It did. Both of them, without their green dreams, would have had wipes maybe way earlier on.
We should be getting to a close. There's the Mega Elixir. And possibly some more Ice Sword too.
Good. Welcome. Congratulations.
Welcome.
GG.
GG.
Woo! GG Korenth.
That was a seed, and that was messy. I just pulled at the stream. I see Cecil just finished. Holy cow, that was a close race. I was very scared that was not going to end that well.
Yeah, so Korenth, GG's welcome, and talk us about why you decided to grind for kind of more than we expected you to.
At which spot? Reptile Lair or in Ocean Palace?
Reptile Lair.
All right, so my thought on Reptile Lair was that at the moment I had no damage other than maybe Magus Dark Matter. And after how the last seed went, where everyone got dropped down to like 10 HP, losing to Black Trial, even though I had a couple of elemental males and was like trying to spread the defenses across, it's like I do not want to die that. I need to at least see what Luca's next tech is. So I grinded until I got Hypno Wave learned. Lo and behold, the next tech is Flare with 30 tech points to go.
Yeah, that was a very clutch play on your part. Well, first of all, Cecil actually did not do the Cathedral, didn't get Ayla, and once you started using Ayla, especially in Ocean Palace, that's when you started actually catching up to him. He was ahead of you for most of that run.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I feel like I did not play all that well. I knew going up Dactyl Nest was a poor idea. Well, not a poor idea, but a time-consuming idea because it wasn't guaranteed to be Luca. But I had Robo with the Terra Arm waiting and access to a Robo Ribbon if I wanted it. So I was like, okay, that's not terrible. If it had been Robo, I would have been very sad. It being Luca was a godsend. And the fact that Ayla's first tech was Dino Tail was just amazing.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were going to throw Ayla in on the elevator there, and you did at the last minute.
Yeah, no, I grinded with Magus, Luca, and Marl because I needed the HP to survive, or I thought I would need the HP to survive the boomerangs. And I knew that I needed to get... Well, my first thought was, I'm going to sub in Ayla for Magus so that Marl can continue learning text, because I don't think she ever actually learned Life 2. I just had Life. But then I was like, no, I'll keep Magus in, get him a couple extra levels, but I wanted whoever was not in the party to be level 30 for the Lavos fight. So I grinded a bit longer than I normally would, and then subbed in Ayla, Dino-tailed through the elevator, because if you have that option, you have to take it.
Absolutely, yeah. That's one place we saw you gain some time back against Cecil there. You just kept gaining time after that, slowly but surely, I think because your damage output was so much higher. And then, of course, he did wipe to the Lavos shell. He took the cutscene.
Oh.
And then he went into the core fight and all the... he died to the inner Lavos shell fight, and actually had to redo the whole entire cutscene. That's what put you firmly in the lead. And it was like, as long as Korenth holds on to this whole Lavos battle, like he'll remain in the lead, and that's exactly what you did. So it was honestly one of the most exciting races I've ever watched.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
For sure, Molly. I mean, Cecil had Molly with a green dream. She actually she died by the boomerang from the boomerangs, and then she revived. But then again, he needed again that revive, but it was not available anymore.
Yeah.
So that was very unfortunate, and he had to reset and start it again. But yeah, he was ahead, but I mean, very unfortunately, it's not enough.
Yeah, going into the Lavos fight without a trio that can take down the left arm in a single round is so dangerous.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, if I gone in with like Ayla instead of Luca, because I did pick up Ayla, I still wouldn't have been able to do it, because I mean, Dark Matter plus triple kick probably doesn't kill the left arm. It'd be awfully close. And then it's a question mark as to, does Marl get Ice 2 off?
Yeah, so left has 4,500.
Yeah, Dark Matter was doing 1,400. Triple kick, if you had it, would do about 1,500. Ice 2 doesn't do 1,000 damage.
Yeah. But were you thinking about your final party? I mean, you changed from Mal, and then Mal was not there because Magus was back, and then Ayla. And why not Ayla for the final fight?
Antipode 3 plus
Okay.
Antipode 3 plus Dark Matter kills left arm in 99% of runs.
Right. That's actually exactly what Moon mentioned. That could be why you took that party in there.
Yeah.
And I hadn't used Ayla the entire game because I needed Magus to get through Tyranno Lair. I needed Magus's speed to help get through Son of Sun, which ended up being a bum check. Every time that I was like, oh, I'll put Ayla in and start getting her some tech points. Well, I need magic damage. Crap. Okay, guess not. And then once I'd done all the grinding in Ocean Palace, it's like, there's not enough time to get her triple kick, because who knows how deep into the tree that is.
Yeah, and also, Raster Cecil tried to use Ice 2, and he was kind of short on damage for a fight in the elevator, so they all countered attack with the multiple counter attack technique. And it was really close to a party wipe after he had grinded for like 5 minutes. And that was,
Yeah.
it was hard to watch. And gladly, he did not wipe in that encounter.
Yeah, no, I was very afraid. I had I figured Cecil skipped Cathedral again because this time we even had Marl. So I was like, if he skipped it without Marl and Robo, he totally skipped Cathedral with Marl. But I did not want Magus, Marl, Chrono for my final team. So I was like, I'm going to go check one character. I was like, oh, it's Ayla. That sounds pretty good. Except I need to go do Hecarim Cave next. And that means I got to keep Chrono in the party.
Yeah, you guys did just about everything except Denadoro that you had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, checks were all the same, except the fact that Cecil decided to go back and not finish Cathedral. I think apart from that...
Yeah.
And not doing Dactyl Nest to get Luca.
Yeah, so when he skipped Cathedral, he kind of took a little bit of a lead there, and then you were sort of following him.
Yeah.
And then once you did Dactyl and started grinding, we were like pulling our hair out almost. For like, why is he grinding for so long? Oh my God, like, will this work out in the end for him? And it actually did, so that was incredible.
Yeah, I have no idea how long the Toronto fight would have lasted if it was.
Yeah,
Dark Matter, or it would have been Dark Matter plus
Luminaire.
No, well, I guess I could have put Chrono back in, maybe, but it would have. I probably would have kept Luca to get her the experience and tech points. So it'd been like Dark Matter plus Napalm plus Luminaire, and then regret the fact I have no healing.
You're missing haste.
No haste. I had to go buy a bunch of mid-ethers. That was odd.
Yeah, once you, when you had done all that grinding at Reptite Layer, it actually caused you to be a higher level once you were done Black Tyranno, of course. So then when Cecil had his time to grind in Ocean Palace, he grinded there for much longer than you did. You were already like level 27 when you started grinding there. He was like level 23.
Oh, Dark Matter wasn't going to one-shot that fight either.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And just for giggles here, I'm going to tell you little spoilers from the seed. So had you done Denadoro, you would have been given the Prism Shard. You had Marl, so you would have been able to do the Trial. The Trial would have given you Thomas Pop.
Of course.
Thomas Pop would have given you the Medal, and then the Medal would have given you the Trigger. So that was a possibility in the seed to do a 4-chain fetch quest to get the Trigger. Yeah. And then the clone was at Genodome, so that was the other.
I really wanted to do Genodome at least once in this series, just to show off the new little chess skip. But it saves like half a second at most. But I just wanted to do it. But there was never a reason to go to Genodome.
There's a new chess skip Korenth discovered last week.
By accident. But yeah, if you walk a specific line in there, you can grab both chests in the Proto 4 room without triggering the fight.
Ooh, very nice. I was going to say, I'm definitely going to have to, if I'm not already, following Korenth, so I can go look at his video of that, because that sounds exciting.
But yeah, but no, I know that my Cathedral took longer, doing Dactyl Nest took longer. I grinded for a bit. I was afraid that was going to take a lot of time. The entire lava sweat. I'm just sitting here watching the race time chat. It's like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. It's going to be like any second now. And then I accidentally attacked the left bit with Magus because fast cursor speed caused me to do
we saw that, yeah.
I was like, oh, he's going to kill Magus, and I'm going to have to take time to res him, and I'm going to lose by 30 seconds, and that's going to be the difference. The thing is, it almost was. And for Cecil to have done the cutscene twice and still be within 4 minutes, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I would expect nothing less from some of the top runners of this game, period, which you now are, because you are going to the finals.
And I have to go against Moon again. Someone go disable Blue Rock real quick.
Yeah, someone disable Blue Rock, please. No, I think that's going to be an
Maybe
amazing
I will
series.
secretly rely on rock strats again. Who knows? Who knows?
Or do all your practices using rock strats to throw him off. So that's going to be coming up. Of course, we don't have any dates nailed down yet until our racers agree to some, but I'm sure it'll be soon, probably next week. Again, on SpeedGaming. Keep watching, and you're going to see another series between Moon Blizzard and Korenth are now our finalists, and they're going to duke it out for the Chrono Cup.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm already nervous.
Yeah, I'm happy for that. Yeah, GG's everyone. Thank you all for watching.
I just saw Cecil said in the chat the next few races is the bronze match, not the finals.
But I thought we were done.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
And that makes sense.
Oh, I thought we had winners bracket versus losers bracket, and then that was it. Is there more after that?
No, so the bronze match is going to be
bronze
Cecil
match
versus Zelfa.
Zelfer. Cecil versus Zelfer for the bronze match. Okay. I was not aware. Great. So there's even more jet.
There's gonna be more Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome.
Good news. So bronze match next, then the gold and silver match. Great. And I hope to be available to do commentary because this is a lot of fun.
A big shout out.
GG's everyone. Thank you, Procky, for everything. Thank you, Korenth, Silver Neo, Raster Cecil, SpeedGaming, everyone.
Shout out to SpeedGaming for hosting us. Moon, you, Procky, and Silver Neo for doing all the commentary for this run. G's to Cecil because I know he's out there listening. That was a great series of races.
Yeah, that's all I have to say too. Just a great series. Thanks to everyone, all our commentators and trackers and racers and hosters and restreamers. You're all
and chat.
Oh, and especially chat because they keep us honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that's all, unless Silver Neo wants to say goodbye to everybody, it'll be until next time.
Absolutely. Thanks to the racers for a great race. Real edges your seat stuff. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Procky and Moon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all. Bye. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, guys.